What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and the big question I have today is, what's next for Mortal Kombat? WB recently announced that they're moving away from making these big AAA titles, and they're doubling down on this live service project. So not just Mortal Kombat, what's next for Netherrealm Studios? We gotta talk about it. But first, if you wanna help support this channel, all I need you to do is drop a like on this video. But don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you don't wanna miss any updates on Mortal Kombat 1. Now let's get into it.
Man, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so this is an article from Kotaku by Willow, and the way it's titled makes this story even more interesting. After Suicide Squad disappoints, WB doubles down on live service games. Now, when this game was released, WB said themselves they were disappointed in the performance. Now, I know a lot of people put a lot of hard work and a lot of hours into making Suicide Squad, but if you couldn't see where this thing was going based on the response of the internet leading up to the release, then I think you might be a little tone deaf. But to double down on live service games when this one was such a big disappointment makes absolutely no sense to me, especially when you got the biggest win of 2023 from the type of game that you said you're moving away from. The best-selling game of 2023 was Hogwarts Legacy. Yet, despite that single-player title selling 22 million copies, publisher Warner Bros. Discovery will be pivoting away from single-player AAA console games and towards free-to-play. That sounds disgusting. And that also sounds like something a premium gamer like myself is not interested in. That means games like Batman Arkham Origins, Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Knight are all gone. Some of the best games we ever had from this same team that made Suicide Squad, gone. Now, this also says they will be focusing on live service and mobile releases. I know a lot of people like mobile games, but they're just not for me. When it comes to live service, they can really be hit or miss, because we look at what Mortal Kombat 1 is right now. It's pretty much been confirmed by the team that we're gonna have Mortal Kombat 1 for 4 to 5 years even. Or did they say 3 to 4 years? I don't know, but they said this is gonna be our Mortal Kombat game for a very long time. And if that is the case, then live service can help it out, because people aren't gonna wanna play Mortal Kombat 1 as it is today in 3 years. Some people don't want to play it as it is today right now. So they're going to have to keep those meaningful updates coming out if they want to keep this game alive. And when I say meaningful updates, I'm talking about the big stuff. I need a 1 versus 1 mode added to this game. Give us the option to remove these cameos. I'm talking about a tag team mode. I'm not big on tag team, but I see a lot of people want it, so throw it in there. It'll make a lot of people happy. But if you want people like me to stay engaged and looking forward to what's next for Mortal Kombat 1, tweaking the in-game fighting system is not going to be enough. We need more than that. I'm going to need a story expansion every year. That's what's really holding me right now. I can't wait to see what we get later this year with the Mortal Kombat Aftermath. And moving forward, if they want me to stay in this game next year, I'm going to need another one after that. In 3 to 4 years, 4 to 5 years, that's a very long time. I think that's long enough for them to build a conquest mode, because at this point, we got to get invasions up out of here. I think we've had it long enough to say it's a chore. It's not good. But with so many characters they can add and so much story they can tell, I think this live service model can work for Mortal Kombat 1 over the next few years. But what's next for Netherrealm Studios? A while back, Ed Boon said they had more than one pot on the stove, which means at that time, they were working on more than one game. So it's possible we got more NRS games coming down the pipeline. But if we look at their classic release pattern, it pretty much says we would be getting a new NRS game next year. Now, what's scary about that is with this new model, do you want to put an Injustice 3 out against Mortal Kombat 1? Kind of cannibalizing each other. Which really doesn't bother me, because I really want Injustice 3, and if you're adding new stories to Mortal Kombat 1, I'll definitely come back to play that as well. And I don't see them doing a Shaolin Monks type game in 2024, because I really just don't know if that would work. Unless they did it in like a Dark Souls style. I don't know. What do y'all want to see? Let me know in the comment section. Would y'all rather NRS focus on Mortal Kombat 1 until it's finished, or should they release another game that lives alongside of it? After thinking about it, I wouldn't mind if they made Conquest Mode a completely separate game, a bigger game in the previous Mortal Kombat universe that maybe tells us some things that can tie back into this one. I don't know, let me know what y'all think about it. Now, people may not be high on Mortal Kombat 1 right now, but one thing is for certain, Mortal Kombat as a franchise is safe, and it did not have to take the fall for this like poor Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League did. This is a live service, multiplayer game. Did it have a AAA budget? I'm sure it did. But they're saying they're killing off AAA single player games because they're disappointed in the sales of Suicide Squad. Make it make sense. But here's why I say Mortal Kombat as a franchise is at least safe. Perret, sorry if I said your name wrong, shouts out to you, said that going forward, the company will focus more on mobile, live service, and free-to-play titles that revolve around the company's 4 main forms of IP in games, which are billion-dollar-plus businesses in themselves. These are Harry Potter. Now, I've never been into Harry Potter, never even seen any of the movies, but I gotta tell y'all, that game was a banger. DC. Now, DC is, of course, a big property, but the fact that DC is here under the games category makes it possible that we might just get Injustice 3. 2025, 2026, I don't know. I'm hoping for 2025, but we'll see. Mortal Kombat falls under this list. So everybody complaining about Mortal Kombat 1, but Mortal Kombat did meet or maybe exceed their expectations, and it's one of the franchises they will be focusing on. Bad thing about that is if you were hoping they would sell off Mortal Kombat, might not be happening anytime soon. And Game of Thrones. So there we go. Mortal Kombat is here to stay. If they sell it off, that could be good. It could be bad. Just keep that in mind. A sale is not always going to be the best thing because that budget could get cut. But that's it. My final thoughts on this WB issue is definitely not good for gaming overall. Unfortunately, we'll probably never see that quadruple A Superman title everybody has been waiting for. But this is good for games like Mortal Kombat because personally, I beat games and I put them down. If they're going to be updating Mortal Kombat's story year after year, that will keep me invested in this one until we get Mortal Kombat 13. I just hate to see Rocksteady take the fall for this. I've been playing superhero games for a very long time. I'm talking about since Spider-Man Maximum Carnage on the Super Nintendo with the red cartridge. Y'all youngins don't remember, but the real OGs know what I'm talking about. And after a while, these superhero games just got so bad. And I'm not too hard to please. Even though the game was pretty much impossible to beat, I even like flying through the rings on Superman 64. But after the Spider-Man games on Xbox 360, unplayable. No, it was actually Spider-Man the movie on the original Xbox, and up until the PlayStation games, I didn't like any of them after that. But I say all that to say this. Rocksteady brought superhero games back with Batman Arkham Asylum, and they raised that bar even higher with Batman Arkham City, the best superhero game of all time. Took a few steps back with Arkham Knight, but that was just because of the Batmobile. Everything else was great. I just hope Suicide Squad doesn't kill this studio because they put out 3 bangers, back to back to back, so they definitely deserve another chance. But now it's up to Monolith. Can they save the superhero genre with this new Wonder Woman game? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. Don't forget to help me out by dropping a like on it and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Bomb Squad, let's keep this thing going.